Hey guys, today we're at the Baker Family Cemetery. It's located on Thomas Weaver Road in North Knox County, Tennessee. So let's start. We got Albert L. Randall, 1912 to 1999. His wife Cora Mingle Randalls, 1906 to 1989. Then we have Alice Marilyn Burnett, 1928 to 2000. Now look at this couple here. Anderson A. Baker, 1813 to 1891. His wife Susan Branson Baker, 1888 to 1904. Look at their picture. Look at that smile he has on his face. I love it. Next we have Andrew A. Bridges, 1896 to 1958. And he served as a private in the 17th Infantry Brigade during World War I. Next, we have BASIL ELMORE LETT, 1930 to 1994, and he served in the Korean War with the United States Army. Now we have Betty Beatrice Burnett West, 1923, 2006, and here's her picture. And her husband, CECIL Ray West, 1922 to 2004. He was a pharmacist mate, second class in the United States Navy during World War II. Next we have Christopher Columbus Baker, 1769 to 1853, and his wife Rebecca Bolton Baker, 1788 to 1867. And here's a picture of their home that has been partially modernized. Next we have Cynthia Ann Baker White. She was born in 1842 and died in 1917. Next is Clovis Wayne Farmer, 1930 to 2015, and he was a veteran of the United States Army. There is no photo of his grave. Next we have Cordelia Clementine Bridges Crick, 1880 to 1960. Another Cordelia Clementine Baker Bridges, 1862 to 1950. Her headstone says her first name was Cordelia. Next we have Della G. Mingle, 1918 to 1920. Then Dillard Taylor. There are no dates. He was the son of Mr. and Mrs. Zeke Taylor, and that's all we know. Then we have DRURA D. Bridges, 1903 to 1970. Next we have Elder George Dewey Burnett Sr., 1900 to 1958. Then Elder Thomas Winfield Baker, 1857 to 1925, and his wife Neva Jane Rice Baker, 1867 to 1962. And here's a picture of the Bakers with some of their children. And we have another picture of them later on in their years. Then we have Geneva Opal Bridges, 1921 to 1932. Next is Harry Herbert Bridges, 1911 to 1928. Henry Anderson Baker, 1900 to 1989, and his wife Eula A. Hill Baker, 1900 to 1987. Next we have Hubert H. Farmer, 1903 to 1974, and his wife Vesta A. Stanley Farmer, 1906 to 1985. Next we have Hugh M. Stanley, 1872 to 1937, and his wife Elizabeth White Stanley, 1871 to 1927. Then we have Hugh N. Bridges, 1888 to 1889, James Washington Baker, 1849 to 1850. We have Jemima Adelina Baker, 1843 to 1913. Another Jemima, Clementine Baker, 1893 to 1985. We have John W. Baker, 1851 to 1862. Kay Baker LETT, and the only date that we have on her is her birth date of 1936. Then we have Leonard Harrison Bridges, 1879 to 1952, and his wife, Buddha Beatrice Bridges, 1884 to 1984. And here is a picture of Leonard and then one of her. And then we have a picture of Buddha on her 100th birthday. And the sad thing is she passed away the very next day of her party after she turned 100. That's wild. Next we have Lillian May Weaver Bridges, 1915 to 2001. Lloyd B. Baker, 1903 to 1980. And his wife, Mary Lee Hayes Baker, 1910 to 2003. Then we have Lucy Jane Sparks Bridges, 1893 to 1988. Margaret Elma Bridges Burnett, 1903 to 1993. Mary A. Stanley, 1890 to 1891. Maurice Winfield Bridges, 1859 to 1943. And you can see his picture right here. Then we have Neil J. Stanley, 1897 to 1898. Oscar Burton Minga, 1879 to 1961. Rebecca Baker, 1895 to 1915. Robert Elroy Bridges, 1907 to 1980. Ruth Baker Brummett, 1933 to 2015. There is no grave photo of her. Samuel Armstrong Baker, 1855 to 1910. Samuel Herbert Burnett, 1922 to 1922. And Solomon David Baker, 1847 to 1850. Susan Adeline Bridges Minga, 1882 to 1954. Then we have T. Roscoe Stanley, 1889 to 1890. Teresa Smith LETT, 1961 to 2022. And there is no tombstone picture of her. We also have Thomas L. Bridges, 1887 to 1888. And we have two sets of twins, and their parents were Hugh and Elizabeth Stanley. And the first set of twins was Grace E. Stanley and William W. Stanley. And they was born and died March the 2nd of 1904. And then just a couple years later, the twins Curtis L. Stanley and Roma B. Stanley was born February 5th of 1908. And these two sets of twins were, of course, they was buried together. And just very sad that we've got a lot of children in this cemetery. And last we have Willie E. Brummett. He was born in 1933 and he passed away in 2011. And Willie served as a private in the United States Marine Corps. Thank you, Willie. And to all of those who served. So, like I said, we haven't been to this cemetery, but found it very interesting. It has a lot of old graves and sadly a lot of children. So I hope you like the video, and I hope you share and like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.